So let's talk about some ideas of how to fix PvP Battlegrounds. So love to hear the comments below. You know, what you would tweak. How would you go about this if you had the magical crystal ball to change it and modify it? Now, I don't think, like, roughly right now, you know, from rank 1 to 14, I think it's 9 weeks is the fastest and most efficient way to do it. So I don't think shaving time off. Yeah, I mean, let's get them tomorrow. But no, I don't think that's the key. I think to fix the actual Battlegrounds. If we shave a week or two off, okay. But I don't think it should be such a low barrier to entry that every single person has it. But I wanted to, share some of my thoughts on what I think would be a fun little twist to some of these Battlegrounds that I would love to see in the game. And like I said, share your comments below. I love to read them and I always respond. So I'm thinking something crazy, like Warsong Gulch. One of my favorite, between that and the Rathi Basin, I love those. But I'm thinking a little bit of twist. So right now, I think if you added something where flag caps give you 5 times the current honor, okay? Defender, this is a random one. The defender bonus. So if someone caps a flag on you, then you get a 20% flat buff on your team for, I don't know, a couple minutes. Basically like a catch-up mechanic to make it an even playing field so not one team can slaughter the other. Then I'm thinking, just for more crazy action in general, how about we cut all the big cooldowns? So if you have a cooldown 5 minutes or above, let's cut that in half when you respawn. Just for the fact that I want to see everybody out there. I want to create the fight in the middle or off to the side or everywhere, but I want to create these experiences and not have to wait on the cooldowns. Make it a much more faster pace, more rewarding game. And then something on the lines of, if a flag carrier is trying to hoard the flag and just hide and draw out the game for an hour, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes after holding the flag, or, a minute or two after something on those parameters, it shows the flag carrier location. I know they have something about that, but I think it's much longer. So I would shorten that time. So I think that alone, giving you more honor and little bonuses to really spice up the game itself. Looking at Arathi Basin. So my thought is something on the same lines as Warsong Gulch. After maybe 5 minutes of holding a location. So say you have the blacksmith on complete lockdown. But after 5 minutes, maybe it shows onto the side of the screen how many people are truly at that location. Include stealthies. So then the enemy team could be like, wait, there's only one person holding down the stables. I'm going to go take that over. So it gives a chance, so all of them are like constantly switching hands and they're creating all these battles. Maybe something like that, just so it's not, one person can hold down a whole thing forever because no one goes and checks on that. And then maybe there's an aura where after, I don't know, a couple minutes, 5 minutes straight of holding a certain area, that, that team in that general area, maybe they have reduced damage by 20%. So it makes it harder for you to actually hang on to it because you're not able to do as much damage. You might need to sink a little bit more resources into that area if you plan on actually truly holding it. And then do something like a 5x for the win honor bonus. Because right now, Warsong Gulch and Arathi Basin makes 0 sense to do if you were just grinding for AV. Yes, you can go do it for fun, but a majority of the player base is grinding honor. So why not make it fun and grind for honor? Why do we have to choose between that? Looking at Alterac Valley. So I'm thinking to reduce the 6-minute Zerge is to do something like a 1 to 10 minutes, between up to 10 minutes. The boss door is locked. The only way you can open it before then is to get at least 50 team kills to open it. So that incentivizes everybody to actually fight for the first 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, the team with more deaths maybe gets a 10% buff. Maybe they're a weaker team, so they get a little bit of a buff. And then after 20 minutes, the guards despawn at the boss. Ideally ending the game right around that 20-minute mark. I think that's the sweet spot. So my overall thoughts, and there's so many ways to really dive into this, but my goal and my thought is to have the games on average between all three of them. I want them all to be 15 to 20 minutes. That's not too long to sink in and gives you a much more engaging game. I don't want it to be an hour or 2 hour game and you're not getting that much honor. So I do want to, maybe under 30 minutes being the longest. And then on average, you should be getting between 7 to 10,000 honor per 20 minutes. The hardest part is how can you balance the new methods that will come up between the three different BGs. So you want to make it where, there is no right choice for the fastest grind. You do whatever one that you think is most fun. If you just want to do AV, meet in the middle and just grind it out and kill everybody, awesome, you could do that. Or maybe you're a druid and you want to run some flags. Or maybe you're some stealthy and you want to hold down the stable camp in Arathi Basin. Depending on your playstyle, the honor will be the same across the board, giving everybody more options. So that's my whole thought. So currently, on average, you're making about 18,000 honor an hour. That's doing 3,000 roughly honor for an AV times 6 roughly per hour. You're getting about 18. The update that I'm thinking giving a little bit more honor, so it would be essentially you'd shave 1 week off the grind to rank 14 or about 30 hours and create more fun. So please share your comments below. Let's get this popping. They've obviously made it known that they'll do some changes. So I think if we implement and show them some great ideas, maybe they'll listen. I don't think if they have to redesign and do everything in the game, these little changes, I think they could easily implement to make it more average across the board. Love to hear your feedback. Until next time, game on.